anytime you have a turning element in connection, challenges your balance.
Honorario, a five-time Canadian national team member from Ontario, and in 2018 at the World Championships, won a silver medal on the balance beam.
And looking like she was having fun while up on the balance beam, always challenging. Dismounting that side aerial. Full twist.
So that was the 9.9, and then Childs went 9.85. Flatley, the high mark, 9.925. Campbell, 9.85. Sakti, 9.8. Malavuyo, 9.85. It all adds up to a 49.375. They end up dropping Sakti, who's a beam specialist. They didn't need her 9.8. And UCLA has taken the lead by 0.375. So the Bruins sitting at 147.525. Arizona now in second, but they're almost 4/10 back and will have to rally late. Washington is third, Stanford fourth, and in the all-around, Flatley and Hargrove tied, 29.575. If you want to watch it this way, pac-12.com/now to find the 4 links so you can watch any individual event. You can follow your team around the room, or you can stay with us on the national feed. Jim Watson and Amanda Borden inside the Maverick Center in West Valley City, just outside of Salt Lake, 10 miles from the University of Utah campus. We expect the stands to be filled tonight for the night session, led by the Red Rocks, the 2-time defending champions, the University of Utah, California, who beat Utah during the regular season, Oregon State, and Arizona State. That's the second session tonight, 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Mountain, right here on the Pac-12 Network. Are we staying for that? We're doing that one as well?
Well, I am. I can't wait.
Somebody call my agent. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and the crowd's, of course, a little slow in coming back. Everybody wants to be sure. Tapping the M, standing behind the scoreboard at the end of the vault runway for the Cardinal. What a job she's done already, and you knew she would, going back to where it all began for her. Stanford ranked 27th in the country on the vault. They are 38th, so they need to overachieve on this. Jade Krobach.
Yurchenko layout full. Had to pike it down just a little bit.
Well, coming in, 9 of her 10 scores on vault had been under 9. But then against Arizona State, it was Beeman-esque. You know what that means, Amanda? That means she went way and above anything she'd ever done before. Look up Bob Beeman. Just Google it. You'll know what I'm talking about. She went 9.9. To the floor, and Flatley, I believe, starting off for UCLA. And Flatley, one of our leaders in the all-around. Flatley and Arizona's Malia Hargrove tied going into the final rotation for the all-around lead.
Watch this 3 twist, triple full. Big air, nice control on the landing. She has 2 unique tumbling passes in this routine.
Flatley has gotten better as the day has worn on. She had a 9.8 on vault, 9.85 on bars, and just turned in a 9.925 on beam.
Another one right here, front double full. Great landings. Always been known for her beautiful presentation. This specific routine has that sharp but elegant choreography. Combination to finish the routine. Back 1.5 front layout. Just last week, I believe she earned a 9.975. That should be a big start for this rotation for UCLA.
All I know you were doing some math during the break, Amanda. We're looking for UCLA. You say mathematically impossible for UCLA to go 198?
It is. They'd have to break a 50.
Yeah. Arizona sitting in second as we start this final rotation. And Arizona on the bars.
Must be the altitude, you know. I remember my first time I came to Salt Lake and performed on floor. It is a different feeling. You lose your breath a little bit.
Muller started out Arizona with a 9.775. Serena Linton. Linton was in the lineup mid-season, 6 meets in a row on this event. Had a 9.825 at Washington. Career best just a little better than that at 9.85. Time to go big.
Opening with a Tkachev. Combination for our transition down to the low bar. Solid holding that final cast handstand. And wrapping it up with a double layout.
Beautiful stuff.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for Serena Linton. Closes out her championships in style. Flatly, 9.875 again was leading in the all-around along with Malia Hargrove of Arizona. Brooklyn Morris. First time you and I have seen Brooklyn today. She hasn't been in anything up until now. Starting off, Little Godfather.
Dramatic choreography to match the music. Watch this opening pass, front double full, punch front. Whoa, she looked a little stumbly on the connection.
Short, yeah, and then pulled it off. She's got 9.9 3 times on this routine.
UCLA always does such an incredible job of not just great performances, but really drawing you in with their facial expressions. Choreographer right there in the corner, BJ Doss, cheering her on for this final pass. Front 1.5 twist. Beautiful routine.
Holds it to the very end. Finishes with a smile. Brooks started on beam for Washington 9.875. Navarro a 9.75. Taylor Russin, who just got a 9.75 on bars, now to beam.
I had a chance to talk to the coaches about this rotation and finishing on the balance beam. I mean, is it good to start there? Is it good to finish? And they said, we like finishing here. It's a strong event for us. She described this lineup as natural beam workers.
Been a tough season for Russin on beam. And I'll leave it at that.
No problem there. Beautiful backhand swing layout, step out. Dismounting, 1.5 twist, little step of the right foot, but a Great routine.
Stanford on the vault, started out slowly, coming on strong here at the end. And they give it to Kyla Bryant. Bryant on the vault. All of them have been at least 9.8, including a 9.925 against Cal.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah, that's the way to go out. That a girl, Kyla.
Man. The power and the height. I mean, no questions asked there, but she just nailed that landing. A lot of times you see the feet pop up a little bit or not being able to control, but she comes into the table so aggressive, blocks with those shoulders square, and then doesn't move. In fact, holds it there while she celebrates.
Yeah,
you know, hey, judges.
You see that? I'll be here all day. Look at that.
Now, if we see a 9.95 come up, that means it's a perfect score. That's the best she can get on that vault.
Of course, they're going to drop the 9.5 from earlier in the rotation, so it's really going to bump their score. They gave Brian a 9.9. Brian gets a 9.9. Allison Fears will be up as soon as Elena Dietz score is in on bars. So for Stanford, it's a 49.15 rotation. Everybody else still in play. No score in on Dietz. Now it's in. 9.825 for Dietz. Arizona trying to hold on to second in the session. And again, for teams like Washington and Arizona, they were looking for specific scores. Now, Washington is hosting a regional, so they're going to be at home. You want to lock into the top 28. Washington came in as number 29. So they were looking for something 195 plus, 195, 2, 3, somewhere in there, just to lock down a top 28 seed. Arizona was looking for more, a 196, 375 plus.
Well, and the key on this event, John Cart told me, is that 2 through 4 spot need to be solid. And that's exactly what they've done. 2 routines left. Allison Fears hitting every handstand, aggressive there. Looking for a clean landing. Double layout, legs glued in the air. And that is 5 great routines for Arizona. They still have their all-arounder, Malia Hargrove, in that anchor spot.
You got to be impressed with what Arizona has done coming in. Toughest spot beginning on beam. Malabuyo just went 9.925 for UCLA on floor. Here's Paulina Trotz, her only event of the day. And Paulina Trotz, one of a handful of champions returning on the floor. She had a 9.9 against Cal. She's had a 9.925 twice. And one of UCLA's last connections to the 2018 National Championship squad.
Double pike, went out of bounds.
Flag goes up.
One of the most expressive performers we will see. Always has a theme to her routine. This one, she is a magician. Final pass. Double tuck. Hard to see if she went out of bounds there or not.
The flag in that corner, or at least the closest flag to that corner, stayed down. So it's UCLA finishing on floor. Washington putting together good rotation. 3 scores of 9.8 better, a couple of 9.875s. And now Skylar Killow-Wilhelm, and then Lauren Thomas. Skylar's gone 8, 8, 9 times on beam this year. At a 9-9 against Utah. That Utah meet, even though they didn't beat Utah, was the night I said, wow, Washington has really improved, and there's somebody you got to watch at Pac-12s.
Beautiful triple series there. 3 elements connected. Just a few weeks ago at their tri-meet, she also scored a 9.925. Kick over front, nice amplitude, landing up nice and tall. Setting up for the dismount. Side aerial. 1.5 twist to a great landing. 5 solid scores locked in for Washington in this final rotation. The low score, that 9.75, that's what they're going to hope to knock out with the final routine.
Hargrove went 9-9 on bars for Arizona, so a great day for Hargrove. She'll be in second place in the all-around behind Flatley. Back to the floor, UCLA, Jordan Childs. They're going to want to try to score. And UCLA still has 3 scores, 9.8, 7.5 or better, and Shea Campbell still to come.
Huge first pass. Stayed in bounds.
Remember, Childs has been perfect on floor twice.
She loves to perform. You can see it in every step and movement in this routine. Combination. Front to double tuck. Great mix of music throughout this routine and lots of personality. My favorite move coming up, she does a dive roll, like she's flying through the air.
Yeah, it always makes me flinch, but she's so smooth right here. It's unbelievable how smooth it is and how dangerous it is.
Finishing it up, double pike.
That's going to get a big score. UCLA trying to finish the first session on top. Post a big number for the 4 to come tonight. How about Skylar Killow-Wilhelm going 9-9, and Lauren Thomas to finish the meet for Washington. So Washington already has a 49-2 for the rotation. And if they can beat Navarro's 9.75, they bump that number.
Their best is a 49.45, so that'd get them close. Kick over front to the back handspring. She did a nice job of keeping fluid movement between those 2 elements.
Had a 9.85 on beam at Metroplex a couple weeks ago.
Dismounting 1.5 twist, slight hop. But great rotation. 6 for 6 on the balance beam. It's a great way to finish the meet.
Giles 9875. So UCLA has booked a 49.15 already with Shea Campbell.
Well, twisting double back. Came up a little short, did a nice job holding on there. Shea has also earned 2 perfect 10s on this event. Double tuck to finish it out. They're definitely going to bump that score, dropping the 9.575. Shea has such incredible amplitude and height. I have to wonder if she came up short here because she was worried about going out of bounds on the podium. But great job keeping that to 1 step, and she didn't show it in her face and finished strong.
And regardless of the score for Shea Campbell, UCLA is going to have the top score out of the early session. To recap this 4th rotation, Stanford just went 49.15. They finished at 196 flat. Arizona 49.2, 196.35. They're going to finish second. Washington just behind with a 196.3. UW went 49.25. And still waiting on the final score for Campbell, but UCLA will win the session. So it should go UCLA, Arizona, Washington, and Stanford. We'll have all the numbers when we come back. Beautiful day. Spring begins this weekend all over the country. Salt Lake City, the Capitol building. Inside the Maverick Center in West Valley, UCLA came in as the favorite in this session, and it held up, a 196.95. Chris Waller, their head coach, judge. Now, Chris, I'm looking at your scores. They got better as you went along. 49.025 on vault, 49.125 on bars, 49.375 on beam, 49.425. You want to come back for a 5th rotation?
Yeah, let's go for a 5th and go all the way through again. It took our team a little bit to get going, and it looked like they were trying to be a little bit too perfect, trying to get after those landings like a little too much. And as the meet kept going, you saw them just let it flow, and they got better and better. Really exciting to see them go up on beam here and just have a great day today on beam and finish out with some big floor routines. And, it's good to come out with a W, but most importantly, they just kept getting better throughout the day.
Well, I think that's what was so impressive to us. It was not maybe your best on the first rotations, but what does it say about the fight in this team to come back on those back-to events and continue to get better and put up those big scores?
You know, when you start out with a big event and you get a couple big scores, there's this momentum that's inevitable. And we had to create our own momentum and our own drive through the whole thing because we just didn't click. It didn't come easy. And they just kept doing that. By the end, we felt that. So super proud of their character. They just decided they would do it, and they stepped up.
Chris, you could talk about anybody on your roster, but I want to ask you about your senior Nora Flatley and how good she was today. 39.45 in the all-around. She goes 9.8. 9.85, 9.925, and a 9.925. She's just been impeccable and unflappable all year.
I mean, it's amazing that she's doing the all-around. You know, she had struggled to get into the all-around during her previous 3 years at UCLA, and now she's been able to somehow figure out her body and get healthier and get out there and do it. And with harder routines, I mean, 2 E's on floor, she stepped up. She's been incredible meet after meet after meet.
Fantastic job by you and your coaching staff this year. Congratulations. Another good score today, 196.95.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jim.
Chris Waller in his 3rd season. And now for the Bruins. Well, is it easy or is it tough? They put on their sweats, they go have a bite, come back and watch the night session and see how long that number holds up. The second session, the night session with the top 4 seeds coming up at 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Mountain. Utah, California, Oregon State, Arizona State, all top 20 teams. And that's where everything gets exciting because we already know what 4 teams have done and we can start comparing it. We can